it's Sam here, and I'm back with the third video using my new, this is the double slider, it's the Slide and Hide collection. So I've already made this card. Was this the first one? I can't remember which order I did them in now. This one shows you it with your large panel and your small panel at the bottom there. So you can see when you pull the top, you reveal your small panel. Then I did this one, which has the two small panels. So when you close this one, everything's hidden. And then when you pull your tab, it reveals your two cute little chicks there. And then today I'm going to use no panels, and we're going to use and stick everything onto the plastic inside, and you'll see that all appear. That's the plan. Haven't actually put it together yet, but I've laid it all out and it should work fine. This is the lovely new paper pad, Celebrations, which I've used across the three. So you can see the checker design. Is it better when it's closed? There we go. You've got the checker design there. You've got your clover on that one there. And then I'm using the ditzy print today, but you've also got your red hearts. You've got your lucky horseshoe. You've got that one there, which is really nice. I might use that when I launch this one, because I'm obviously doing all this in preparation. And then you've got the lovely party streamers and the pink hearts as well. It's a nice, you know, kind of all-round pad there. Then these are the three sets that I've got. So I used the Make-A-Wish. That was the one on the first one. Then you got Way to Go, and today we're going to use Bells Will Ring, and every one has a lovely new poem in them. And then that's the mechanism. So you don't need a large die machine. You can just use your standard die machine for this one. You can see all the pieces there will all go through. And then you've got your three here, which have got like rolling hills, or it could be waves if you wanted to. You've got your grass trim there. You've also got a plain one, and then you've got your mechanism piece here, and then these are all other bits for your pull tabs, and then you've got your little finger pull there and the arrow. So if you've watched the other two, then you'll be probably quite familiar with what you need to do. But with this one, you don't need as much to cut. So I've already got my 5x7 card blank, and this is, yeah, top fold. That's a shop brought one. You could have it as landscape as well, and you can also do it on a side fold, but you can add this to pretty much any size card. So I've cut my purple piece here, which is 4 3/4 by 6 3/4, and then the pattern paper is 4.5 by 6.5. Stick those on top. And then in the die set here, you want to cut this one, which is your mechanism piece. So you can see that one there. And then I've got the large one, which is that one there. Okay. Now there's not a matte layer for that one because these obviously all layer on top of it, but I wanted a plain square or rectangle piece. So I've just cut that piece to go on top, which is 2.5 by 4.5. So I'm going to stick that one on top. I might emboss it actually with a nice little bit of detail, so you may see that embossed in a moment. Then I've just cut 2 of these ones and 2 of the arrows. You can see here I've done them with the purple with the white. So that's everything that we need to cut on this one. Like I said, if you are just finding this video but you don't want to have things stuck as I'm going to do, and you prefer this way, then just check out the playlist and you'll be able to see these other ones. Now the extra thing that you're going to need with all of these is a piece of plastic. This is just sandwich bag plastic. You want that soft plastic that's going to be easy to wrap around this, and this is 10 centimeters by about 13. You will trim a little bit off, but if you do 10 by 13, and then along one of the 10-inch ends, I've just stuck some double-sided tape on there. We're going to wrap this around this piece here. So you just want to take off your backing, and then you just flip it over so the sticky side is facing away from you. Take this one and then wrap it around. You're going to lay the sticky side down first. It doesn't matter where it lays in this piece here. We just want to connect them, but just keep everything nice and straight. Make sure this line's nice and straight, and then wrap this around. And you want to make sure, so you can see I've got that piece there. We'll trim that off, but it's better that you have that excess. But you want to make sure that you can just run it. See that moves nice and freely? Just needs to move up and down. So where the sticky tape is, you see it at the top there, and then just roll it down and make sure that's really nice and it moves, because that's the movement that you're going to have with the card. So now I can just trim this excess off. So I've just pushed it right up to the edge there. Don't worry if there's a little bit still there, it's not going to affect the card in any way. You can pick the sandwich bags up, they're very inexpensive. You can get them on a roll, you know, for like 100 for like £1 or something from your dollar store, pound shops, euro stores, supermarkets. Okay, and this is how it's going to go in the card. I'll probably flip that over and use this side like so. Okay, so just have the sticky part to one end. So mine's at that left side there. Another thing I've got, but again, you don't need to have these, but if you've been following me for many years, and you may have these already from when I brought out another slider set, and these are just strips of foam adhesive, but they're really good for you know, kinetic cards because they're so thin. But if you don't have these, what you can do, maybe you've got foam on a roll. If you've got any parchment paper, greaseproof paper, stick a piece onto it, and then with your scissors you can cut yourself long thin strips and it doesn't mess up your scissors. And if you don't have that and you've got things like your double-sided squares here, you might have the little smaller ones, you can just cut these. In fact, I've already cut those in half. You want to have something that is as thin, that's going to fit in this thin section here. So if I just show you with these ones, I got these off of Amazon, so I'll link them below. You get quite a lot in the pack. I've never brought them since, so I've had these probably about 4 years. And then just snip off the edge. If I hold that up, can you see that? You don't want it touching the plastic, but you want it in that bit there. And you want to stick it on both sides and on both ends. So that's all ready now for me to start adding the decorations to. But what I would do next is then add these panels. So like I said, if you would prefer that, just check out those other videos. This one, I want to make sure every video is slightly different. So I've got my sticky tape. I'm going to have that on the back. And what I plan to do with this one, so these are those two bigger panels. They're going to go over the top. You can see it completely hides your mechanism. But I need to be able to see some of this first because I want to hide elements behind it and stick it directly onto the plastic. So the plan is that I'm going to have 2 bouquets on each side, and these will be hidden when it's closed, and when you open it they're going to pop out the sides. And then I thought it would also be nice to have the bunny poking his head out as well. So I need to stick 3 of them will go underneath on this part, and then the other 3 will go on this part. Okay, so I did go ahead and make it, but the way that I showed you with them laid out on the plastic, it isn't enough in terms of it needs more of a solid structure when you use the pull tabs. So if you die cut your square, this one is kind of a square rectangle, cut that one and you'll see it's the width here because this is one of the large ones that would pop out. And what I recommend you do is just cut yourself 2 little strips that are like 1/2 inch. We want them to stick, one on that side there, another one for the back, and that will just give us a much better, just something stronger. It just needs a bit of stability, but we don't want to see that because obviously the style that I'm going for, I just want you to have those, the rabbit and the bouquets popping out. So I'm going to take my tape, and this is why I always say it's good to do little test runs first. Use scrap paper and go from there. So I've got the join with the tape there right up to the right hand side, but on the back. Have it like that, and then stick one of these on top of the plastic, but butt it up to the left side like so. And then this one you're going to stick on the back over where that tape is. So just flip it over and stick this one over that tape. Again, make sure no sticky tape is touching. So now just do a little test run again. Yeah, that's moving nicely. And it's just, you'll notice it when you do it. You just need that firmer piece. So now I can take these again. I'm going to have to redo the sticky tape, and you stick them onto this piece. So just as I had them laid out, but this time you're sticking them onto that bar. So they're stuck on that one. So I'm just going to roll this out like so, and then you'll stick the other ones on there. I'm using liquid glue now because I've got the cardstock. So I've got that one and that one there. And you just want to make sure that you're sticking onto that piece. And I can just line it up with this one opposite. Again, just make sure that you get all your glue just on there, or your tape's not going anywhere else. And then I recommend you put your little pull tabs on. Obviously I'd already stuck these on, and they're just going to go in the middle behind the bunny's ears. Now if you roll it back in like so, and you want to, the arrow needs to be just slightly higher than the edges here, or just, you know, in line. It's just that way when you pop your topper on, you'll see your arrow. Try and get them lined up. There's no glue anywhere else. Again, just lay that down. Just make sure that you're happy, yeah, with the way that that all looks. So now I can stick this piece onto here, which I'd already done, so ignore that there. But this way it feels much more stronger than before. Just going to lay that down so it's nice and centered, nice and straight. I think I need to go up a little bit. You can just see there the sides, they look pretty even as well. Now if you've got quite a bit more like kind of bulk here, you can double up your foam if you wanted to as well. I think mine's more than enough, but if you know, you do have something and you think, oh, there's a little bit of dimension there, then just double up the foam. And now yours would probably be plain, it's easier to line up, but I'm just gonna carefully just make sure you've got like same amount overhanging like here and here. If you use one of them as your guide, and then you should be able to line everything else up. Make sure the rings fit in. And now I can do a little test. That's turned out better than I thought. That looks so good. And I like that it can go over the edge of the card as well, which is nice. Now that pulls out lovely, but my concern is pushing it back in. I think it would be worthwhile reinforcing your rabbit. So you can see that I've got that die. I'm just going to cut 2 of those in white. We can still add this even when it's together, it's easy to do. So just cut 2 of those, or whatever it is that you've used. But if you look at all of the other bits, they've got those full panels, and you need that. See, it's got that strength to push it back in again. So that whole piece, we're kind of lacking that with just the little bunnies. Now on one of them, the one that's on the top, so this one goes over the top, I've just trimmed off a little bit of the rabbit. You will be able to see behind yours how much you can stick, because you don't want it catching. I'm just going to cut a little bit off there. Just want to make sure. Yeah, that's fine. So I'm just going to use a little construction glue, but the other one, because that's going in on the bottom, I can just stick that whole piece behind. So I'll do that one first actually. Be careful with your glue because we put it together. So I don't want that going anywhere else that it shouldn't. That should be fine. I'm just going to literally slide it behind the bunny until that lines up, and just give that a minute to dry. Construction glue is one of those glues that like a few hours later you'll really notice a difference. Again, a little glue there, and they will dry rock hard. So here is the finished card. So a few little alterations, but I'm really pleased with how it's turned out, and it's definitely a style that I'm going to be revisiting. So you can see how it all looks there on the front, and then when you pull your tabs, you have those beautiful bunnies and the bouquets. And I love how this one looks displayed, because I like the way that that comes over the edge of the card. It gives a really nice profile, and again, reinforcing everything, it's so much easier. You've got a nice glide, so I highly recommend, top tip, just reinforce if you're doing it this way, those, you know, elements, just so you get that nice slide and everything hides back in. So thank you as always for watching today. I'll have all the products that I've used linked in the description box below. Check out the playlist that's coming up now for any of the other cards that you might have missed, because you've got that one, you've got the one with the 2, you've got the one with the large one and the small one. And I might end up doing one with the 2 big ones as well, thinking about it. But like I said, check out the playlist. As always, thank you for watching. Please give me a thumbs up if you've enjoyed today, and make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on any future videos. And I will see you in the next one.